Out for the
All right. Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to this episode of What the Fuck America. It's your host with the most, Mr. Mikey V, and of course, Revelation Rob. What up, Rob? How you doing?
What's going on out there? Well, I'm doing good, doing great, doing awesome.
Hell yeah, man, that's awesome. So today we got an awesome little show for you today. We're gonna do conspiracy theories part 2. Dun dun dun.
Those.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that, man. What's going on behind the curtain, right, Rob? Rob likes to think that there's all kinds of shit going on behind the curtain.
Because there is, Mike. Because there
back.
is. Yeah, we got to open up people's eyes, man. Make them see what they don't want to see or don't care to see. We got to wake up as many people as we can because there's a lot of people sleeping. Hey, we have a bit.
Hey, it's cheap.
Look who woke up. Oh, man. Don't mind him, y'all. He's just in the background. This is good. He's chilling.
He's just hanging out, huh?
Going out.
Right at the camera.
Go lay in Tickle's bed, buddy. Go lay in Tickle's bed. Come on. Get there. Get there. Yeah, go lay in Tickle's bed. Good boy.
Yeah, man. So today we're going to talk about some crazy conspiracy theories or just some funny shit that's happened over the years. Like something I heard was that apparently they banned a shit ton of songs after 9/11. I never knew this, man. Like I was around during 9/11. I remember when all that shit went down. And
so what is the reason though? Have you heard the reason why they banned the songs? Like, did they?
Well, apparently it was in an effort to not be playing songs that seemed anti-American. Was kind of like, I guess, like the catch or the point of it all was trying to be like they didn't want to show any anti-patriotism, you know. And yeah. I was just like, what the fuck? Like I never heard of this, and which is funny because I always hear about, you know, the latest little conspiracy theories because old Revelation Rob here likes to be the revelator of conspiracy theories.
Yeah, so this is kind of a new one for me though, as far as them banning songs, I guess, for that reason. Yeah.
So like I went to the internet and I pulled up the list of things. So I'm gonna go ahead and start the screen share here, and then we'll get to it. So it was like right after the attacks, though, many media companies began censoring art deemed insensitive or anti-American for fear of offending or upsetting the traumatized nation. One such entity was the media corporation Clear Channel Communications, now iHeartMedia, who 3 days after the attack sent a memo to its 1,100 plus radio stations with a list of songs that they deemed lyrically questionable and insensitive to play following the 9/11 attack. The reason for Clear Channel putting some of these songs on their memorandum are pretty obvious. The entire Rage Against the Machine catalog, for example, was most likely banned because of their music was overly crucial of America.
Critical of America.
Critical. You're right. That is
Yeah, you gotta
good
get that
eyes,
word right. You gotta get that
man.
word right.
Hey, forgive me. However, some of the motives behind certain songs inclusion now seem ridiculous. The Bengals walk the line like an Egyptian, for example, was added for having references to the Middle East. It should have, or it should be noted to that some DJs chose to play these songs, but they weren't. What is that word? Say it with me, Rob.
Adamantly
Adamantly urged
urged
not to do
not to
so.
do so.
Yeah, man, I
It's,
never heard of that. I never heard of that. Them shutting down these songs, but apparently this is the list right here. These are some of the
okay,
songs.
so ACDC Highway to Hell I see is on there, but you hear that song. I've been hearing that song ever since 9/11. So what does this mean? Like this, some of these songs on this list.
I don't think it was like I don't think they were like forever taken out. You know what I mean? I think it was just the day after is what I heard. It was just for one day. I think it was the day after the 9/11 attacks. Let's see. I kind of skimmed over this top
So
part.
that that was on September 10th, 2021. This article was written. I don't I don't know, man. I don't really get this whole thing here.
Yeah, it was banned. They were banned for one day. It was basically like saying, don't play these songs for
For
one
one
day.
day.
Yeah, the day after 9/11 for
That
one day.
sounds
I guess the first canceling, I guess. The first step to all this cancel culture type stuff. They just decided like we're not going to play these songs. 311
yeah.
going down, shot down in flames, shoot through. Some of these
Hell's
songs,
bells. Dun, dun.
yeah, but why would
Hell's bells.
is that bad?
Yeah, like walk like an Egyptian. Like what? Why would walk like an Egyptian? Dun, 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 dun.
Right? Why is
Dun,
that
dun,
bad?
dun, dun, dun. Beastie Boys. I mean, I can see Beastie Boys being, you know what I'm saying?
Sabotage.
Yeah, the Beatles,
What
Billy
about
Joel.
Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds? Why would that be on there? The Beatles. Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. You know that song?
Yeah,
Why would that be on there?
clue,
Oh
man.
blah dee, oh blah da, life goes on. La, 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 life goes on.
Scroll the page. Let me see some more.
Mm. Oh well, knock
Have you
knock knock
seen
heaven's
her?
door.
Tell
Knocking
me, have you seen her? I don't know if that's that song. She lights
probably it's I think it is.
each train I feel the earth move speakers. I don't know, bro.
Oh,
That's kind of weird. And why would it only be for one day? That seemed like a whole lot of waste of fucking nothing in time. Just
Elton John, Benny and the Jets. Benny and the Jets. Yeah, these all were you couldn't play. You wouldn't hear these songs for one day. The day after 9/11. Black Sabbath. I'm burning, I'm burning, I'm burning for you. Too soon.
no, I guess that one. Yeah, I'm burning. I'm burning. Like I see how that one might be able to. You know, the Twin Towers coming down, everything's burning and shit. So I mean,
Going down for Rocket Man. Rocket
yeah,
Man.
yeah. New York by Frank Sinatra. Wow.
Dang. Yeah, see, why would they? I thought, New York,
You
New
dropped a bomb on me. The Gap Band.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that one's pretty bad.
When
That's
you're falling. Okay, I get it. I get it now. Maybe this is the reason why. Like, let's get some when you're falling, like the towers.
Oh man.
I mean,
Or
is it really
leaving
that?
on a jet plane.
Yeah, leaving on a jet plane. Like, come on. I don't think I'd ever be back again. Leaving on a jet plane.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of crazy though.
it is kind of crazy. I don't know. Just something funny I heard. You know, the type of shit that motherfuckers would do. See the 164 songs that were banned from American radio after 9/11.
Yeah, but it doesn't give a like they were banned, but for how long? Because I don't remember any of these
Yeah,
songs
no,
ever
there's a
being
lot.
banned. I've, you know,
Right. No, there was a lot. There's a lot of what you call it. There's a lot of shit on the internet that talks about it, but I think it's mostly talking about the fact that they were just banned for one day because it was such a big ordeal, the 9/11 attacks, that they didn't want people to feel any pain and any anxiety of what was already, because of our everything that was already going on. So that's what I think it was
mm,
mostly. Hey, they also released new documentation of the Kennedy assassinations. There was more than 13,000 documents released. Yeah, newly released files link a Chicago mob to Cuban militiamen. ABC.
hey, play that. It's only 2 minutes long. Play that little clip.
Terrell, we've been
All right,
waiting
let's
for
see what we
years to
got.
see these remaining records from the JFK assassination file, and tonight, some Chicago names in the fine print. New details about Chicago as a training ground for Cuban militiamen. As the I-Team has reported over the years, outfit bosses recruited crooked lawmen to train Cuban rebels aimed at protecting their homeland from Castro, who was about to douse the mob's lucrative gambling mecca in the tropics.
Something has happened in the motorcade route.
When the shots killed President Kennedy in this car in Dallas, Texas, the investigation that followed produced hundreds of thousands of records, transcripts, cables, pictures, and films. Tonight, here at the National Archives in Washington, the long-awaited and long locked-up documents ordered released by the White House. In the files are expected details of Lee Harvey Oswald's connections to the Soviet Union and Cuba, and at least 9 files.
Hold up. Why do you think they wait so long to release this kind of stuff? Like, how come?
Because you can't. No, nobody can be held accountable when it's that long. They won't go back and redo anything because basically it's done and
Because
over.
everybody's
You know,
dead, right?
case
Everybody's
closed.
dead.
Yeah, everybody's dead that was involved with it
I don't
or
even know
had
how that's
anything to do with it.
legal, bro. Like, how do you even just cover this up? That's basically like legally covering it up, right? You're just legally
Yeah,
covering this
they
shit up.
just wait. I will just release it 30, 40 years from now, and nobody will care.
Makes me wonder about, like, with COVID, like all the documentation and all the bullshit that happened with COVID,
Oh yeah, it'll
and
come
all
out.
that's
It'll
gonna
come
come out.
in 50 years or 40 years, and it all been fake, and it was a government controlled experiment. Blah 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 blah.
That's crazy.
Referring to Chicago and
That's
several
crazy.
individuals linked to the outfit, most notably this man in the light overcoat, former Chicago police officer and Cook County Deputy Sheriff Richard Kane, seen here escorting mob boss Ross Prio. Kane had deep connections to Chicago organized crime, according to investigators, especially this man, ruthless mob boss Sam Momo Giancana. The JFK files cite Kane's involvement in recruiting young Cuban exiles in Chicago, what experts believe was a mob effort to keep control of Cuba, and as the I-Team learned a decade ago, resulted in secret training in Cook County of a covert resistance force that never made it to Havana.
Bro, there was all kinds of fucking wild shit going on at that time with Cuba, the missiles, the Russians. You had I believe this was the start of all the kind of, I want to say, what led maybe into like the big cocaine days of the 80s. You know what I mean? Like the how America was supplying weapons and money
Hmm.
to the Contras in reverse for cocaine that was coming up into the United States. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Because
Because they
they
were like a
really,
guerrilla militia groups and shit.
yeah, and all that ties into like the prison system, how they needed to, fill these prisons. They're all like the people who own like all the prison systems and the media and own access to being able to get this stuff. They all it's crazy because they bring it in. It's basically like what they do is they know they can make money off of this shit, so they give the community the drugs. Then that gives the police a job,
Right.
which they bust the people with the drugs, and then they put those people into their prison system, which they then get paid from the state and the government to house those prisoners. And it's just like a never ending, you know what I'm saying, money cycle for them.
Wild.
It's like a money
Would
wheel.
Richard Kane's
Yeah.
name be associated with the JFK assassination paperwork?
Well, there's some belief that Kane might have been working with the CIA in terms of make himself relevant and meaningful and important and get something for Richard Kane. So if he was involved in the CIA attempts to get organized crime to assassinate Fidel Castro, that then might be a short step to what might have to do with the JFK assassination.
What is not in the JFK fine print is a Chicago mob smoking gun. Nothing to indicate the outfit set up JFK's assassination, but the new documents strongly reinforce what our team has been reporting for years, that Chicago mob bosses had a keen interest in keeping Castro from taking over Cuba and extinguishing their gambling rackets. If that was among Richard Kane's failures, on December 20th, 1973, he paid for them, killed in a gangland hit as he walked into a sandwich shop near the Loop.
Crazy
Yeah,
that
I don't
maybe
think that.
one day, maybe one day, might be soon, we might actually know what happened to JFK.
We know what the hell happened. They killed him. They took him out. They needed to shut him up. They didn't like what he was doing, and he was probably one of the realest presidents, I would say, of our. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean,
Uh,
if you talk to any of the adults from that era, you know what I mean? Like people that were around at that time, and a lot of them probably don't even exist anymore. They're probably dead by now. At least the people that
mhm.
remember that kind of stuff, like what was going on in the news, what was going on in, the people that were actually there and saw things, like, or the people, just anybody that lived in those days, they could tell you what it kind of was like, like the societal temperature was like,
Yeah.
to give you a better readout of what might have been happening. There was so much covert.
It's crazy how they haven't had any other attempts on any presidents. Well, I mean, I guess they've had
Yeah, they
attempts.
have
Yeah, they've had
Ronald Reagan.
attempts. Ronald Reagan.
I think Jimmy Carter, maybe.
Well, I really thought they was gonna probably get Obama, like just because he was black. You know what I'm saying? And then Trump too. I thought motherfuckers was gonna try to take Trump out.
See, if
But
motherfuckers
that
were gonna
ain't.
try to take Trump out, it wouldn't have been. It wouldn't have been. I feel like it would have been like our adversaries, like not like Americans trying to kill the president. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it would have been like Russia sending someone in to try to take him out, because he's a businessman. Trump's a businessman. He has all kinds of dealings with fucking all these people from foreign lands, and they're businessmen, so they're shady. You know that all the shit they did was real shady. So,
Yeah.
and now, even now, like with all the stuff that's going on with him right now, they're talking about prosecuting his ass for the January 6th shit. and actually putting criminal charges on him, you know, for insurrection. That's crazy. That'd be
Who
crazy.
on Trump?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's bullshit with that, man. They just because they don't. He was really for the people and talking the truth, and for them to just actually want to do that to one president. What about all the bad shit that the Obama administration did, the Bush administration with the whole 9/11 and that being an inside job, which that was an inside job since we're on 9/11.
Mm.
I mean, and that's came out. It's been proven it's been an inside job, and nobody seems to do nothing, hold these people accountable. Nothing. Like nobody gives a shit. I just don't
That's
get
what
it.
I mean. That's why it makes me wonder. And then all of a sudden, then you got the government. Like, it's just crazy how they have these like times where they have these information dumps. All of a sudden, like not that long ago it was the whole UFO thing, right? And
Yeah,
whether or not that shit was real, and UFOs and aliens, and
yeah.
now all
All
of a
that shit's
sudden,
coming out. They
now
let shit come out when it's good for them. They'll keep it secret, but then they ultimately got to let it out because it's just the way they play. They put shit right in front of our faces, like all the subliminal messages and that we don't really see, and with all these frequencies and these 5Gs and all this stuff. Everything that they're doing, they do all this shit for a reason. And it's,
the 5Gs.
it's zapping the shit out of us. And they they just let us know when they think it's, time to when we evolve a little bit more or something. I feel like, and that's when
It's
they
funny that you say that because I know somebody who recently uh, acquired this machine. It's called the Beamer machine. Have you ever heard of it?
beamer machine.
Yeah.
No, does it spit out beamers?
No, I wish you did. Nah, I'd be like, give me.
Zzz.
But apparently, this machine, what it does though, is it emits a very low frequency of an electrical pulse, and there's this like kind of like of a thing that you can wrap around your knees, or it's like a pad when you lay down. Yeah, it's a pad that you put against the bottoms of your feet, and apparently it's supposed to help you with circulation in your legs and hands. um, and apparently you don't feel anything, like you feel like you're just laying there, but you're getting some kind of electro shock type therapy with it. And it would just trip me out
that
how you
would
said
that would
they're frying us and they're doing these things because she keeps asking us to come over and try it, and we did. But like I didn't feel nothing. It didn't do nothing for me. So I was just like, what am I doing? And she's like, well, the first time you only do it for 5 minutes, and then the next time you do it for 16 minutes. And some people say they feel things, some people say they don't, but a lot of people say they feel better or different after they've used it. So I'm just like,
I wonder if that's kind of like how I heard something or I watched a documentary or something a couple weeks ago about grounding yourself and how they took us kind of away from the human because we're energy. You know what I'm saying? All around us is energy. The earth is submitting off energy that we can tap into, and we need to ground ourselves to the earth like every so often, and it helps heal us and sends energy from the earth through our body to help, like, I don't know, raise us up. Like, okay, I don't know what I'm like trying to get at as far as you know what I'm saying? Like, you got it, like with what you're talking about, how the electro energies helps heal and make you feel better and shit
yeah,
like
she
that.
said like it'll help you, like it'll help the circulation in like the ends of your cheek, because what it is the low frequency of energy or electricity that it's emitting is kind of like jolting your nerve endings and your blood vessels without you even really knowing it.
Well, and I'm talking about how, like, most of the native tribes really don't wear shoes, you know, and they're grounded. They're always walking on the earth with bare feet.
Yeah, yeah.
And some of these tribes, they live, you know, a lot longer, and that has to do with it as far as what they eat and the energy and staying tapped into the energy of the earth. But they
Just think
kept,
about that for a second, man. Like, I mean, people don't live like that anymore, obviously, man. Like, but like, to think about taking off your shoes. When's the last time you took off your shoes
and walked outside and stepped in the grass, you
yeah,
know?
like and like felt the dirt and felt
Yeah.
the earth.
As a kid, you got to think when you're a kid, you're always running around. You don't give a damn. You run outside without your shoes on,
Mhm.
and you're always playing without your shoes in the grass, and you got so much energy, and you're just, you know what I'm saying? Like, but as you grow older as an adult and you're working, and you know, and
You're
they
wearing
put these
shoes.
soles, these rubber soles, you can't get no connection with the earth at all. And this is a part of their strategy, man, to like dumb us down and keep us dumbed down, the elite. Like they implemented these rubber soles in the shoes, I mean, long time ago. Shoes has been around for, you know, ages, hundreds and hundreds of years, but they never had rubber soles shoes back in the day. You know, they were still like maybe made out of cloth or wood or something like that, you know, but they never really, but they knew about keeping themselves grounded to the earth because
Yeah,
it's,
because I think about that and I'm like, the last time I took off my shoes and actually felt the ground, I don't, it has been a long, long time. And when you think about it, like just thinking about it makes you feel good. Like, like it would feel nice to just
yeah.
stick your feet in the sand or, in some grass or,
I
you
can't
know,
remember what I was watching, but I wish we could find it and pull it up and listen to a little bit of it because it was a good documentary about how we're supposed to do that as humans because we're connected to the earth, and he was saying something about how we're, you know, mostly energy, or we're all energy, everything's energy, the earth is energy, and we can tap into those certain energies, and the ancients knew about it, you know. It's a lot of shit they're keeping from us, man, like just simple stuff like that, you know.
well, I mean, that's why I wonder like where this is all headed, like we're gonna find out something new before the end of this millennium, like before the year 3000, like
No, I think, well, it could possibly happen, but I think the people who have a good
especially
grip, or
with
the,
technology.
yeah, I think they have a good grip on the world as a whole. And what I really think the elite be doing is they be resetting like every so often. You know, they reset everything. They destroy the old and they create a new way of doing everything. Like you had the times of the Egyptians, and you had the Roman Empire, and then you had, you know, on up
Mm.
barbarian days and up to our type of civilization. And now they want to reset it. And I think they always win. You know, they live
Well, if
forever.
they have all the power, you
Yeah,
know
and
they have all the power and all the know-how, like we we as a whole society, when you look at elites versus regular just people, common folk, whatever you want to call them, fucking like people who aren't rich and fucking able to do what they want. Like, we don't know. We're at the mercy of experts. We're at the mercy of, I mean, quote unquote experts, scholars, and people that are telling us this is what it is. But do we really know? We don't really know.
see,
Nobody.
that's what it is. It's all about what they tell us what it is. Just like when you come to NASA, you know, NASA is big conspiracy with NASA and them never showing us actual real footage of the earth. Why does everything they show us have to be CGI? Why does it have to be photoshopped? You know, even the videos,
Well, they say that's
there's
because the cameras are so big. That
that's bullshit, man. Just take an iPhone up there. You trying to tell me that you can't take the best iPhone, the brand new one with all the little good cameras and shit, and go up there, go up to space in your little fucking rocket ship, go about 50 yards out and just turn it around and give me some damn iPhone or what do you call it? FaceTime. Give me some FaceTime footage of what the Earth looks like, and they can't do it. It's all CGI. Even that little shit they say, "Oh, here's the space station up here, and this is footage from the space station." It's all fake and CGI footage. And every camera they have up there in space has a fisheye lens camera on it. You know what I'm
What do you
saying?
think
Which
about them
automatically is going to make
building a
everything look
base on the
curved.
moon? What do you think about that?
I believe there's plenty of bases on the moon. I believe the moon actually is some sort of like Death Star type of thing from the Star Wars, like that has tunnels and cities on the inside of it, on the inside of the moon, because they already know it's hollow, which would be impossible if it was made from just rocks and stuff like that. So something had to carve out the inside of it or put the thing together. And on the dark side of the moon, there are structures and buildings and stuff that they've seen. And even the astronauts said when they went around on the dark side of the moon, they seen all the structures and shit and were amazed, but was told not to say anything. That's the reason why they don't go back to the moon, because
But we are though, aren't they? They're going back. They're talking about going back in 2024.
Yeah, well, I just seen, and this came out of NASA's own mouth. People were asking them, and they said that they had lost the technology to go back to the moon. And they said and even if they wanted to, they said they couldn't go back because they can't get through the Van Halen belts, because the Van Halen belts is a big ass radiation belt supposedly in between the Earth and the moon. And they said they can't get through there because it would kill the astronauts. So how did they do it in the 60s? Was the Van Halen belts not there? And then how do you lose the technology? But you're sending shit to Mars, but you lost the technology to get to the moon. Like, this is on video, NASA representative saying this. You can find it. It's on YouTube. You can probably Google it somewhere and find the video, an actual video clip. But I mean, they came out and admitted that they can't go to the moon. Google it. Get on your Google and pull it up for us. You'll see it. I mean, but
when
now
we have more time, we will.
See, I don't get it, man. But you're sending cars up to space with fake astronauts in it, like Elon Musk, and there's a little fucking Corvette floating around space right now.
Tesla.
Bullshit, man. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, dude. Space is fake, bro. There's a dome over us, and you can't go nowhere, and they know it. And they lied to us, dude. It's just like these movies, these little space movies coming out. That's how they're doing it. If they can do it in a movie, they can fake it in real life. The Mars landing is just some desert out there in Phoenix, Mike, right next to Mike. Yeah, I'm right next to your damn your house.
Right by my house.
Yeah, you'll see the NASA trucks out there all the time filming and shit, and then they're gonna pop up. Here's some rocks from Mars that we done captured from the. It's all fake, bro. It's a scam with NASA, bro. NASA's a scam.
Well, there you guys have it. That's what Rob likes to think. Drop us a comment and let us know what you think. Is this shit all fake? Is Rob right? Does Rob know what the fuck he's talking about? Or is he just fucking tripping?
Yes, leave us some comments. Y'all know the people who are woke out here, they know what it is, and they know that the government is one big scam and one big lie. And I believe that us people just need to come together and raise up against these lizards and take our planet back, man. Well, maybe it ain't really our planet from the get-go, because I think they created us, but still. I mean, that's kind of crazy if you think about it. They did create us, so it's like, how can
biting the hand of this moon?
Maybe not necessarily they just created us. That doesn't make them our rulers, right? They're just fake creator gods, man. They go around creating shit just like we do. Like, we're in labs right now messing with shit, creating pigs right here. Well, no, I'm talking about creating like different species and shit. Like, but if we created a species from our blood and put it with the monkey blood, right? And then this creature evolves. Who are we to be its ruler if it has a soul and can think for itself? And that's a good little topic.
It's a good theory. It's a good theory. It's a good one.
Yeah,
it's a good one to think about, and something that we could probably talk about in another episode.
But how would we think about it though? Like, would we, if we created a civilization, of different race, would we always be there to, it's crazy.
I don't know. We'll have to find out, Rob. We'll see what Rob thinks next time.
Hey guys, we can discuss this more over on Twoller.com, a social media platform that y'all need to check out.
Right on. You guys can find us at What the Fuck America YouTube. You also can find us at What the Fuck America Facebook and Twitter. And you can also find us on what you said from Twoller now? Twoller, which is available on Apple iStore, and it's also available on
the Google Play Store.
So Twoller, that's also one of the sponsors of the show. Twoller's new way to social media. You guys can check it out. Go down there and sign up, create an account, and start making that money. Anyway, thanks guys. Tune in next time. We'll see you later. Bye.